Okay, y'all. I'm taking a walk out here. How many of y'all have these things all over your yard too? I kind of live sort of out in the boonies. I'm surrounded by trees, and I have these things all over my yard. So today I have collected several, and I will probably come out and collect more because I have like all through over here. One of my chairs is overturned, but I've got them all over the place. I've already collected a coffee can full of them, but oops, there we go. I am going to show you another craft that you can do with these. Last year I had done a wreath with them, and I will put the link to that video in so that you can go back and watch it if you wish to. But today I'm going to incorporate these in yet another craft idea for you. So let's get on with the show. All right, welcome to Sweet Tea and Butterflies. As you can see, I'm working with some nature-inspired craft stuff. And what would you make? And we've got Late Night Creations as the guest host, Rustic and Lace DIY, and I'm drawing a blank, Christine with Divine Designs as our hosts. So here I'm taking and tracing a sheep's head, which I didn't think about at the time when I printed it out and all that I actually needed to shrink that down. So my finished project is a little wonky because the head is much bigger than it needs to be. And I will probably go back and redo that. But for purposes of this, I had already got it cut, done and over with. And, well, yeah. So live and learn. Make sure that you size appropriately to the project you plan to do, which I did not. But I just traced it out on a piece of cardboard, and then I'm using my X-Acto to kind of cut in there. The X-Acto blade doesn't cut all the way through, so I have to finish it up with my scissors, but it at least gives me a good start where using the scissors doesn't end up hurting my hand when I finish it up. But let's see. It's not something sorry. I thought I had sped this up more than that. It's taking quite a while. I apologize, y'all, because yeah. Anyway, since we're, waiting for me to finish cutting this, let's talk about the playlist. It's part of the What Would You Make collaboration, and I will leave the hosts' channels in the description box as well as the playlist link so that you can go show some love to all of the ladies that are in the playlist. And then I forgot to say to give a shout out to my granddaughters that I love them and miss them. Avery, Addie, I love you. I miss you. If you run across this video, please give me a comment. Let me know. Anyway, so I'm using some of the Waverly's Antique Wax on this board. I'm using it with a wet wipe so that it has a little bit lighter of a stain. I just wanted to darken the wood up just a little bit for what I was doing. And here I am kind of drawing the face out on, sketching it out with a pencil on here. And am taking, first I'm taking the Waverly White and painting it. And then after the white dries, I go over it with Apple Barrel's Antique White, I think it is. Yeah, Waverly's Antique White. And I had to do the white first because the Antique White is more runny, so I don't get the coverage. Yeah, my boss is texting me, sorry. Anyway, give me just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was saying before, my Antique White is kind of runny. So I did the white first and then went over it with the Antique White because sheep are not a pure white. Some of them are even black, but the white ones are not a pure white. So I used the Craft Smart Mustard Yellow for the eyes, and then used brown for the pupil. And that's what I'm doing here is the eyes. I tried to cut out as much of the painting as I could. I tried to show, just little bits of it, not a whole bunch of it. But as I'm sitting here doing the voiceover, it seems like I left, like it's way too much in there. Oh well. Live and learn, right? So I took and used some of the Waverly Ballet Slipper for the insides of the ears and to accent around the nose and mouth area. And then while the ballet slipper was still wet, I used some burnt umber, the Apple Barrel burnt umber, to kind of blend in there, to kind of darken where you had, just give some highlights and all that, give it a little bit of dimension. I also used it for around the nose and and the mouth to kind of give dimension in there too. As you see, I'm just kind of touching it up very lightly in there to, provide some shading. That's actually the word I was looking for, is shading in there. My brain does not want to wrap around the words half the time, so I apologize as I stumble through. So here's where I pull out the sugar gum seeds and some twigs. These I got out of the Dollar Tree. You used to be able to get them at Dollar Tree. I haven't seen them there for quite some time. I had a pretty decent stash of them though. And if all else fails, I live out in the middle of, I've got trees all around me. So if all else fails, I'll go cut my own. But, yeah. So I'm just playing around with these sugar gums, trying to at least get base part started. Now you see, you can already kind of see the problem with the head, the size of the head there. And I couldn't make the body on this board big enough that head didn't look goofy. So I will probably shrink it down some and redo at least the head portion of it with a more size appropriate sheep head. But for now, it is what it is. For the sake of getting the project done and all that, you live and learn. make mistakes. It happens. There's not a single crafter out there that hasn't made some blunder or oopsie or, whatever. Sometimes they end up being happy accidents, and sometimes an idea just doesn't work out, or, So it is what it is. But here I'm just kind of taking and fighting with glue strings too. But trying to find placement for these. And this is just the first layer, because they're not all fit together perfectly, so there's like gaps in there where I go and put a second layer on there to kind of give more dimension and fill the gaps. Pardon me. But I use the twigs to represent the legs. And yeah, I didn't realize that I showed quite this much of the gluing on there. Okay. Yeah, I got tired. Because I did actually edit out some of that. Alright, so here's where I go in and I am... Oh, that's the little tail. Okay, so here's where I go in and paint the first layer. If you do this idea or any other idea where you're painting these sugar gum, I found the quickest way to do it is this way. Make sure you use an old brush or one that you don't mind tearing up. This is one of the Dollar Tree cheap stencil brushes. And I don't mind tearing it, it getting torn up some. So I just go in with the white on here. And then again, I go in on top of the white with the antique white. And then after that, and I got messy and got some on my board, and I didn't show it, but I used my little finger sander to clean up my paint mess on there when I was done. Oops, I'm out of frame. Thought I cut that part off. Okay, I guess not. Sorry about that. Alright, and here's where I go over it with the antique white. Because like I said before, sheep are not pure white. Their wool is kind of dingy looking. And looks like I had, oh no, okay, I glued one on. Okay, I see what I did there. I did glue one of the second layer ones on there before I thought about having to paint the bottom ones first before. So I don't think I make you watch me glue too much more on there. I think I just these two maybe. I don't know. There's no telling what I did. Heck, I can't even tell you what I ate for breakfast a couple hours ago. Anywho. So I beefed up the layer there, added a little more dimension, painted it, and here's where I am. I'm covering up the edge with twine so that it doesn't quite look like, so it's not so obvious that it's cardboard. I just went around it twice with the twine. Did I seriously leave all of that in there where I made you watch me do the whole thing? Good Lord. My editing skills need improving, evidently. I guess that's kind of what happens when you get interrupted. So, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers that watch my content each time, I let content out or put content out. Want to invite any of you that are new to subscribe. It helps my channel grow and it's much appreciated as well. It's free to subscribe. And if y'all would give me a thumbs up, comment, and if you know somebody who'd like some of the projects or the type of content I put out, share with some of your friends. All right, here we go. I'm putting the sheep's head in place. And this is where, after I get it on there, I'm like, okay, this is way out of proportion. Okay, so I had to take two of the Dollar Tree, those little mini wooden blocks, to lend some support to the sheep's head there. And I've got it on there and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I did not think this through. And honestly, when I went looking for that sheep's head, thing, at the time that I had gotten, downloaded it and whatnot, I was like, I need to size this down. I totally forgot about it. Completely and utterly forgot about it. Chemo brain, hello, thank you. But anyway, so I go in and I add a little more sugar gum there. And it helps a little bit, but it's still not very proportionate. So I will eventually go in and do the sheep's head, make it a little more proportionate to the body. Because right now it kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like some funky cartoon. Who knows? Oh, pardon me. And I had actually also meant to do around the top of the forehead part of the sheep. I had actually meant to put some cotton up there to give it some dimension too, and I totally forgot about it. So I'll do that too. Anyway, I've got a buy me a coffee link in the description box. If you feel led to donate, it would be much appreciated and very much helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. And here we're going into the final reveal. Yep, there we go. I thought I had actually videoed me. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good day.